Hello everyone, welcome to the Heart to Heart YouTube channel. I have my friend Melissa with me today. Melissa, say hey.
Peace, y'all.
Today's video is about the importance of having a healthy relationship with yourself. I'm doing a series on relationships, and before I started the series, the very first video that I wanted to do was talk about the importance of having a healthy relationship with self. It is very important for a person to be a whole person, not a broken with baggage that they have unresolved before entertaining or becoming involved in relationships with other people. So Melissa is going to give some great information, some great advice, something for you guys to think about of why it's important to having a healthy relationship with self.
Yes, great. Thank you for that. So, of course, me, the type of person I am, when I study something, I really study it. I go back to its origin and things of that nature. So when I was thinking about the topic, the importance of having a healthy relationship with self, I started with, well, what is a healthy relationship? Like, what is that definition? So in my research, a lot of the definitions and explanations that I came upon when I went to Google, a lot of the return results had definitions or explanations that involved someone else, not just the person alone, which made me even think about, wow, how easily it can be that we may be conditioned into thinking, well, in order for me to have a healthy relationship, I have to be involved with someone else. But I want to share with you all today that is absolutely false. We must first develop a healthy relationship with ourselves first before we can even begin to entertain a healthy relationship with someone else. So I broke down the words health and relationship. Of course, healthy is a derivative of health. So when I looked up that definition, it stated a person's mental or physical condition, the state of being free from illness. And of course, English is made up of different languages. So I went to its origin, which is a German origin, and it states whole, in an unbroken or undamaged state, in one piece. Can I say that again? An unbroken or undamaged state.
Unbroken.
Yeah.
Undamaged state.
Right. So how many of us could say that we've been in situations that haven't broken or damaged us?
Not very many of us.
Right.
Because you got to think about your childhood, adolescent, high school, as you become an adult. What are situations, circumstances, relationships that have broken you? One thing my brother mentions a lot is that when you're a baby, you come into this world with no state of mind. And then as you continue to transition through life, you're programmed with different things and you're associated with different behaviors of other people. That is when you come into the world as a whole being.
Exactly. Yep.
But then as life happens, things start to break you.
Exactly. That is so true. So with that being said, like in that process of things breaking you, what did you do to heal or repair yourself in that situation? Like, have you even started the process? What can be done to start that process? So, relative to health, what are we doing about health for ourselves to move forward in a relationship? So then that moves me to the definition of relationship, and it stated the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. A romantic or passionate attachment. So the way in which we connect to two or more concepts. So that made me think, how many of us are in touch with our emotions?
Wow.
Our thinking, our health. How well do you know yourself? And I'm not talking about your favorite color or your zodiac sign.
Taurus.
I'm speaking of how well do you know yourself? Like when you are in your feelings, do you stop and say, look, you're in your feelings, calm down, just breathe, calm down. And not act on your feelings. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but whenever you make a decision, are you confident that the decision you made was the best decision? And even if time passes and you find out that it wasn't, you were confident in knowing I was making the best decision that I thought at that time,
that you felt was appropriate.
Right.
And so even when you make mistakes, getting to a place of peace, you know, every
regret.
decision that you make may not be a decision that later down the line you may feel comfortable with. However, getting at a place where you say, I'm at peace with every decision, whether it was good or bad, positive or negative, being able to learn from it and being at peace with it.
Yes. And that was a decision that you made. Like, when you have a true love for yourself, like, you understand that you want the best thing for yourself. So you're going to strive to make decisions that are going to be helpful for yourself in the long run. So in gathering, healthy relationships are the state of being wholly and naturally connected to that which makes you you. All of the concepts and components that makes you complete, and you are just in love with yourself. That's what having a healthy relationship with yourself, based on my research and definitions I came across, that's what that means to me. So, and then when I think about how I can be wholly connected to myself, the first thing that came to mind, relative if it's physical, mental, or spiritual, the first thing that came to my mind was being at peace. Like Miranda stated earlier, speaking on peace, was being at peace with myself and any decisions that I made. So all across the board, I had to do a self-check. Anything that was ill-effective in my life, I needed to remove it. Anything that was negative in my life, be it thoughts, conversations, friends, what have you, I had to remove them from my life, to begin to be at peace in my thoughts. Because people can be judgmental, whether it's intentionally or not. Like when you're getting to a point where you're like a cleansing process for you, and you kind of separate yourself, or I don't want to use it for isolate, but you separate yourself from outside forces. You, in order to get peace, that's what you do. You have to do. You just have to just separate yourself from the negativity and exude like the confidence that you want to have, the new person that you want to be.
So just like we take daily showers or baths, you have to do that self-cleanse.
Yes.
You have to take time, you know, every day, from the time you wake up in the morning and you start your day and you go to work, or you stop at the gas station on the way to work. The cashier is like, good morning, how you doing? And you turn around and you say the same thing, how are you doing? But you have to do sometimes a cleansing of yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, how are you doing? My name is Miranda, for those that don't know. And so there are times where I say to myself, how's Miranda doing today?
Exactly.
I've asked everybody else, how are you doing? But sometimes you got to take time and say to yourself, how are you doing? And really be honest, truthful with yourself.
Yes.
When you respond to yourself.
Exactly. And like I was going to say, that leads into when you take something out, in this case negative, you want to replace it with something positive. So what you were speaking on kind of reminds me of affirmations that you say to yourself daily affirmations that boost your morale, boost your confidence, your self-worth, because once you repeat something over and over and over, it begins to instill in you
and be ingrained
true.
In you.
Yeah, and it becomes true. It's like a confidence booster or whatever, for lack of better words. And affirmations,
it becomes a part of who you are.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
in order to grow the new person that you are trying to develop into, you have to allow some of the old things die.
Yeah.
The old person, the old actions, and like she said, with sometimes removing people, because people can stunt your growth.
Yes, exactly.
If you don't have the right people surrounding you.
Right. And when you fall in love with yourself, you remove, like she was saying, and I was saying earlier, you remove the toxic people or individuals or thoughts from your health. And then I know some of you probably thinking, well, I love myself. How can I not love myself? But most people really don't love themselves. Like, if you can sit and eat something knowing that it's bad for your health and can affect you in the long run, health-wise, can you say you love yourself? Or do you love your children if you're eating these bad foods that's going to ill affect your health? Or if you are partaking in activities that you don't need to be doing, but do it anyway, like that's affects your mental and how you see yourself in the long run. It starts to weigh on you, not only mentally but physically as well. When people be like, you look stressed out. Yeah, it shows on your face. Like you age faster and things of that nature. It
weighs on your mind and your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah. And so do you feed your mind? Like, of course, we all know readers are leaders. Are you leading yourself down the right mental path with what you put in your body or what you think on?
Right.
So pick up a book and read something. Like, take 15, 20 minutes out for yourself and just feed your mental state with something positive that's going to help develop you cognitively.
Enlighten you.
Yeah.
Because we eat every day, all day. The American population, we love to eat.
Oh, yeah. Girl,
but we need to spend more. Okay, we are a popcorn society.
Yes,
we want
girl.
Everything quick right now. We ain't got time to wait. But at the same time, you got to take time to feed your mind, feed your spirit.
And only through your love for self can you genuinely love someone else. Like, that is the importance of having self-love, is to better your relationships, be it with your children, spouse, friends, coworkers, what have you. Like, when you generally have a good relationship with yourself and in love with yourself, it will exude into having healthier relationships and loving relationships. Sorry. We're in my home.
Healthier relationships with other people. In order for you to have a loving, trusting, healthy relationship with someone else, it has to start with self.
Yes.
It has to start with self.
Absolutely.
And so, in starting this series on relationships, I was so excited when first the thought even came to mind. Let's do a series on relationships. And you know what? Melissa, the first person I thought of doing a video on the importance of having a healthy relationship with self. And I told her, I said, this is the topic I want. And I'm going to ask questions based off of the content you have. And then the next thing I know, Melissa took it. She ran with it. I don't know about y'all, but that just filled my cup today. That just filled my spirit. I'm going to try not to cry. I've been crying all week because of my cousin. Aww. That was a whole nother story. Yeah. But this was, this was a very good video. I know that a lot of you can take something out of this. And so once you've listened to it, if you like the content, I know somebody that needs this message. I know And don't be selfish. Share it with somebody else. Share it with somebody else that needs it. So go ahead and hit that like button. Share the video. Subscribe to my channel. If you look in the search under YouTube, it's Miranda, Miranda, heart, the number 2, heart. Again, that's Miranda, heart to heart. So again, like the video, comment.
Yes.
If you can relate to anything that we've mentioned or anything, go ahead and put your comment in the comment section.
Give us some feedback.
Don't just like it, but comment on it. Let us know your feedback. Share the video on your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything. Share it. Subscribe to the Miranda Heart to Heart YouTube channel. You guys, in the meantime, to the next video, love yourselves. It has to start with you. And love each other. Take care.
Peace.
Bye.